What's happening, YouTube? It is the 12th of November, 2018. And as some of you know, I troll Craigslist for EU series generators. This is an EU1000. Someone responded to my ad. I typically pay $400 for an EU series generator, 1000 or 2000. The only reason I wanted another 1000 is because I do use them in my mobile DJ business, and I was looking for a third. I have two 1000s, I have two 2000s, I have one 3000. This will give me a third 1000. So I had a response to my ad. He said, I really wanted to know $500-600 for it, blah, blah, blah. Of course they do. But, I replied to him. I said, well, I'd be a buyer, $400. Just let me know if that interests you or not. I believe this is number 10 that I have bought this year, but I sort of have lost count. I didn't video them all. I have no way to count them. So I met him at a parking lot and looked it over. It's just needs a little cleaning up on the outside. The inside looks really good, but we fired it up. I fired it up. Won't idle. So it's obviously had old gas in it and it's jacked the carburetor up. So I just poured the gas out into this tank, and I'm going to do what I have done before. I had about a quarter of a can of seafoam left. Threw that in to the fuel tank. Now we're going to put some, not a ton, because I want the mix to be rich with seafoam. I'm going to put you in a stand here for a second. And in hopes that this thing will run better on its own. I know it's a long shot, but why not take it? We got nothing but time, right? So, I got a little non-ethanol fuel. I think I would like to put, maybe a pint or so. I got a funnel, I don't even need a nozzle, right? Half a pint, 3/4, full pint, and little extras, kind of coming out a little bit. There, that's perfect. That's a perfect correct amount for the ratio of seafoam. So this thing was seeking, searching, making the governor work, etc., to keep it running. Which is no good. And the guy's adjusting the choke, make it run. I says, well, I get it, you can make it run on choke, but I plugged thousands of dollars worth of high-end audio gear into this stuff. I ain't running my gear on something that's running on half choke. It isn't going to run very long till the thing gets spark plug fouled, and we just don't run stuff like that. So anyway, I told him, we're going outside, by the way. Told him I'd give him $200 for it. I gave him an education on buying non-ethanol fuel in your power equipment, stuff that's going to sit. He appreciated the education, and you're not going to be able to see this, are you? Okay. And went from there. So what I'm going to do is fire it up and let it run. Hang on a second, I'll be right back. Okay, cool. We got a little light on the subject now. Let's start it up. I'll show you how it runs, and we'll see if it improves. All we can do is try. So, I know seafoam is not a miracle worker, but this is pretty low effort here. I think I ought to give it a shot to work. Even when they don't run right, they're sure quiet, ain't they? We'll let it warm up, and I'll just keep my ear open and see if it runs any different. Then, after a while, turn the camera back on, see if it improves them. Okay, we'll let it suffer on its own. We'll be back in a little bit. Well, I've switched tactics on this a little bit. I plugged in a, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Heat gun. It's a 1500 watt, which obviously won't run on it, but it's low heat. I think it's around 750 watt. Took it off of Econo idle and let it run, and let's warm this thing up a little bit. Make it work, get it warm, and maybe that'll help clear what ails it. I was taking the choke off slowly. It's actually running a little better. I'm going to take a little more choke off. When I first put it on, I put the choke all the way off with it out of econo mode, running, you know, the high revs, and it died. Making sure my heat gun's still on. And it is. Still surging a bit, but the choke is 3/4 off now. I wonder if I could move it farther. It's off. Choke is off. And it's running now. I did that a little bit ago and it would not run. Very interesting. Doesn't sound horrible right now. I have to tell. You're not liking it. Take it out. Put you in a stand, we'll shut it off and restart it.
Now it won't run.
Why was that off? That's interesting. Yeah. I don't know if it's improved or not, to tell you the truth. But it's progress. We'll keep fiddling with it. It's just an experiment. You know we're going to have to get into this thing, take that carburetor off, get it apart. Alright, we'll check back in a little bit. Okay, I gave up on running it like that. I don't know if I gave up on it so much as I just couldn't stand to hear it run like that. I'm moving you over, I'm sorry. I just couldn't stand to hear it fighting itself. I'm going to take you out of the stand for a second. I'll show you what I'm doing now. So, there's an old hot rodder's trick. If you got a car, the carburetor's getting plugged up on the inside, and you take the engine and take the air cleaner off of it, expose top of the carburetor, get it running, and then wind the engine up, and then throw something over the carburetor quickly to stop the airflow, which creates a tremendous vacuum or suction inside the carburetor with the idea that it might pull said garbage through the jets and clear its throat, if you will. So that is what we're going to try to do. Let me put you in a stand. I'm going to start this up. Run it on high rev. I need to leave the choke about there. I can't really open it because it sticks out farther than here. So, oh, maybe I should tell you, I have the air cleaner off, and I have the air cleaner lid off, the filter out, which you really don't need to do because then I just pulled it out of my way with some tape to hold it out of my way. I'm going to have to put the choke about right there so that I can block off the airflow. Bang. I'll try that a couple times. If it doesn't work, well, we're halfway into the carburetor now, aren't we? So I've seen it work. I've seen it work on TV on automobiles. Never tried it on a small engine before. I always wanted to. Now would be a fine opportunity. So let's do that. Let me put my head in the camera here. We'll turn the economy mode off. And move some stuff. We'll fill the shop up with some cool exhaust fumes. And that will be great. Functioned. Start it up again. Okay, that was choke off. Ooh, got some steam that time. That was cool. I really shoved my finger at it. See what happens. Choke off. Try to make it run again. Choke off, because when it does it, it floods, right? A lot of gas in there now. If I didn't get it, carb comes off. Okay, well, we tried a couple tricks. A couple tricks failed. It's going to be more temperamental than we hoped it would, but whatever. Carb's coming off now. Well, it didn't really take much to get the carburetor out of this thing, and I have to admit, it's the first one I've ever actually had to take out. Save the gasket. So, I should get extra absorbent because I'm going to drop the fuel bowl. And it might make a mess. Is it an 8mm or a 10mm? Yep. Took an 8 to get it off. It's going to take a 10 to get the fuel bowl off. 10mm. She's probably a little tight. Why fight it? We have impact wrench. So, sorry, I almost hit you. I got a magnetic strip up there but I didn't do a very good job of attaching that. So now I got to move you back because I got to find a 10mm socket, and that would be 10mm. Well, I'm just dropping it all on. There. Now we don't have to fight it. Done. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. We'll just drain it into the cup. Call it 7-Up. Alright. Ooh, we got a little dirt in there. Yes, we do. Let's pop the float out delicately. The needle. Main jet is here. Let's see what. Yeah, thing's filthy. Filthy. You gotta be real careful what screwdriver you use for this one. Some of them have to be properly modified, i.e. squared off. You tend to have tools just for these situations. She's not fitting well. Just experimenting here. I thought for a minute it was loose, but it's just got a big center hole. Wow, that's tight. I'm just scared to screw it up. I'd be more inclined to try to clean it in place. So that's the main jet. This is the choke side. It's got this wire here. I don't want to take off more than I have to, because I don't have to remember where to put it back. All part of this throttle governor system, I guess. I'm looking for an idle, oh there it is. A path for the idle fuel to come in. It's the idle jet port. I'm going to show you this because just how small it is. I mean, I almost couldn't see it. That's what I have to clean. I will try carb cleaner and compressed air. It's on the side. You see it, it's about 1/8 of an inch from the sealing surface. That's it. That's how big that hole is. So let me work on spraying this out. Close up of the gunk in the bowl, and I got some junk out of it too. So I'm going to spray this thing pretty good with carb cleaner. Try to work on that hole a little bit with anything I can find, air or whatever. The main jet was working, so we're okay, but it's that idle port that is plugged, and now we know why. So people don't always take good care of these things and put the good gas in it, and this is what you get. Not the alcohol causes moisture, moisture causes rust and corrosion. That's how it works. Okay, checking back with you a little bit. Alright, I put the carburetor back on. I got it sprayed out. I blew it out. That little thing I said was the idle port is actually the idle jet. The screw goes in to the idle jet, but they put on a cap on that screw that only allows it to turn a quarter turn. I would have to bust that off to get that screw out to get into that pour, and I didn't want to do that. So I'm giving this a 50-50 chance of working because I couldn't get that open to get any cleaner or air into it. I just did what I could, and we're going to hope that it works. If not, I'll have to go on YouTube and find one of you guys that's done one of these and see how you get all that opened up. It was not difficult to take the carburetor off, or put back on for that matter, so don't need to be intimidated by it. But let's see if it works. We're going to go econo mode on. I've jacked with the linkage there a little bit, so we'll see what happens. Choke. Fuel bowl is empty. These have fuel pumps. Doesn't run very good at all now. Oh, I got the air cleaner off too. That changes how they run. There is nothing in that idle system. Oh my goodness. Well, that's enough playing with it. I guess I'm going to have to do a little research and see what it takes to get cleaner into that idle circuit. So for now, I think we're done playing with it. I'm going to go find dinner and something to relax with for the rest of the evening. We'll check this out maybe tomorrow. Okay, we're back. Shout out to YouTuber 65 Ford. I think I've seen some of his videos before. He put maybe one of the better videos up for dealing with carburetors on the EU series generators. Although he was working on a 2000, I'm hoping the carburetors are very similar in design. What I'm doing is I put a washer and a 1/4 nut as a spacer so I could bolt the carburetor on without the air filter on. So I'm just taking it back off. So what he showed in his video is there's a couple of holes on the back side of the carburetor, and he shot through one of them, and it was the port that came all the way through where that idle screw is, where that idle jet is, and cleans that out. I'm sure that's the problem with this one, and that's what we need to get to. So here we go. Got to pull the fuel line off again. Watch your eyes. I need to grab my safety glasses. What am I doing? Big gasoline and carburetor cleaner. That's the last thing you need in your eyes, right? And there's possibly a little pressure here, and there was. Got me under pressure. And that vacuum line. And let's pull her out of here. And I am not seeing what he had on his, the EU2000 version. is one in the front though. We're just going to start spraying stuff. We'll try it again. See if we get in and come out that jet. Let me get a fresh can. Hang on, I got to move you. Of carb cleaner. Because that one's getting a little low on pressure. But carb cleaner is not something we run out of around here. Well, we try not to anyway. I do need that straw. Okay. We're going to start spraying in things and hoping that we see something. Oh, you know what? It just dawned on me that he was holding the carburetor backwards because he showed, this is that idle screw right there. It's got a screwdriver slot, but it only goes a quarter of a turn. Comes out that little hole I was showing you earlier. He was spraying from this side and it came out that way. So this does have that similar hole. How can I do this that doesn't get me in the face and the camera? And how did he do it? I was so interested that he found or explained where this hole was. So we're going to see what happens here. Quick spray. Got my glasses on. Got my coat on. All right. Not really sure where that's coming from exactly. By God, it's coming out of that space. I'll be darned. He was right. He was right. Okay, let's let this thing evaporate a little bit. I'm just going to set it on the screws there a little bit. And let it air out for just a minute. So that was the hole right there. Awesome. And it blew all the way through there. We've sprayed and compressed air and stuff through the rest of it. I think we're on the right track. There's no way I could have called it a day without trying this, by the way. My brain won't let this stuff go. Not be that close and not come out here and try it, even though it's a little later than I usually work. We got to try it. Pretty much the couple videos that I watched did exactly what we did, except they got that main jet out. And remember, we didn't get it out. I didn't want to strip it, and then there's everybody saying, guys, if you strip it, it's done, you know. I did look on eBay. You can buy an aftermarket carburetor for this for $50-60 and a Honda carburetor for $90. So I think it was like $50 shipped, maybe $55. Come on, hose, get in there. So if this doesn't get it, there's no reason to fight it too much. I'm going to keep this generator. So I'd spend $50 on a carburetor if I need to. But it should be easier to figure out how to fix them because so many people use garbage gas, and there'll be so many of these on the market that don't run. They don't want to take them to the Honda shop and pay shop rate to get them repaired. So they'll become available for inexpensive, and then we'll have figured out how to fix them. Pulling on the gas line. There we go. I'm just going to use those spacers again. Again, they're just 1/4-inch washers because this air filter attachment has some depth to it. There's no threads down there. So I put a couple of nuts on. They're just 1/4-20 nuts that slip over. so that I can put these smaller diameter metric nuts on and be able to tighten the carburetor to the block with the 8mm wrench not included. Our humor. 8mm wrench. We're just gonna snug them up. No reason to go crazy here. You saw how easy these are to take off and put back on. Okay, we didn't drain the fuel bowl. Remember, these have fuel pumps in them. Where are we at with the Econo? Turning it back on. What do you think? Is it gonna work? I'm gonna try it. Here we go. Oh my! Come on, baby. Oh my! YouTuber 65 Ford. Thank you, brother. And now we know how to fix it. She sounds good. Oh yeah? Why will I just... I think because the air filter assembly's not on it, they're really designed to have all that on it. But I'm going to service this thing anyway, get her cleaned up and detailed like we do the rest of them. And I've got other videos on cleaning them up and detailing. You don't need to see that again. Woo! I am stoked. Thank you guys for watching, comment, and subscribe, and hit the like button if you like what you see. Share it with a friend. Help me grow this little channel if you wouldn't mind. Videos are absolutely free. It doesn't cost anything to hit the like button either. It's not like you got to put a quarter in. Thanks, guys. We got another generator for the fleet. Catch you on the next one.